here in the first round, so let's get to it. Potato. All right. So yeah, welcome back to it again. Kool-Aid in there, Ball Girl, Ryan, Jake the Snake, Quicksick. Thanks for being here, either still being here or joining back into it. A little jump, a little duck, a little flourish, but not quite the finish. They'll rebound now. For Valkyries, there's Fish. So had the chance, was trying to kind of get it done in some style to start them off, but didn't pay off. It might still have another shot at it. There's another jump, so going for some deja vu, but no, sir, it's Demon Dreams. And that is a beastly save inside the goal. But another rebound there to CD, as the game almost faded to black. But no, faded for the defense. It was Demon Dreams. I really like that save, denying CD twice. Well, the first one, CD being denied by the goalpost, but the second one to Demon. So, hey, effective start defensively. Can they do it again? Good dives out there. Now, a double dive, granted, so the goal was open, but they were both on the punch. So, this has been one of the running themes on streams lately, right? I'm talking about how, hey, if a pass is coming in too soft or from a long distance, if you're a goalie, dive it. Basically, you offer no chance for the receiver to do anything. They have to either address the stun that you're about to throw at them, or they have to address the disc and grab the but they can't do both. But you know what Ari Bella can do? Get the very, very Bella, beautiful shot. And Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow into the goal. 3 points, they chow down off of some great defense, turn it into offense, and just like that. That in itself is momentum building on plays like that, where you can get saves and eventually turn it into a 3. And a very sick, kind of low momentum shot as well. It was not an easy one, and there was even defense in the face, so a lot of skill being thrown on that shot. Back at them though, Final Frontier trying to get another go at the offense here. 2 minutes into the game. Jake cheering on Ari in there. G Tyler as well stopping by. Welcome back to the Twitch, GG's, and into the midfield, there's a stack coming in from Fish. So Ari Bella's there trying to contest it. Meanwhile, that stack doing well to actually get back here and kind of accommodate, one going to the goal, one going for the disc after they got broken up by the Geo a little bit, but still maintaining that great communication. Now Frontier there, right past the station, past the boots, maybe even into the goal, but no. Demon Dreams is there for rebound, almost a self-goal. Oh, that would have been almost the polar opposite of the save from earlier on. You do see it now and then, though. It happens to the best of us. But fortunately, didn't go into the goal. So now that's going to be sent into the blue zone. Players now just trying to lurch forward and find their positioning. And with that, it's an open 2 for Egg, channeling in the 2 points. Valkyries, they're up to 5.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, Wolfie Dragon on the rollout. That's gonna bounce right back to Fish for Valkyries, and right past the defense as well. So Egg-chan, who scored that last one, nearly dinging in, scored that last one, seeing if they can do it again, but won't be the case. That gets slung into the midfield. Just overshooting a little bit on the reach, but Ari Bella's still there now. A good pass off to Egg-chan, communicated well, and knew where to pass it immediately. Meanwhile, for the defense, you see 2 in the bubble and 2 kind of extended outside, trying to contest that, and they do it quite well. Now, maybe rush the clear a little bit there. We'll see if it matters or not, though. I mean, it was a good clear, don't get me wrong. Just might have had some time for the teammates to get back on the stacks. But definitely frantic situations there inside the bubble, of course. It's always gets hectic when you have, all 8 players in that same general area, so it's easy to get lost in the mix. But only down by 5 here, our Final Frontier, and they're going to pass it off, and that's going to bounce right to Demon Dreams. And now, obviously, that was a pass attempt to Frontier, I believe, but Jake Fox now in the back lane, so they're going to position out very, very well, and nice pass just the same. Another nice grab there from Demon Dreams, showing the defensive propensity, but Ari Bella's there for the recovery, and another interception from Wolfie this time. Wolfie looking for maybe a crosser, trying to bounce it high, gets it to CD, and couldn't get the goal either. Too high up there on the angle, and just sailing right into the reach of the defense. So clamping down some more. There's Jake Fox with the disc and distributing it over to Frontier. And there's the first 2, shedding that 0 point total they had, and just bringing them up on the scoreboard, only down by 3 points now. So they're fine. They're fine and well and dandy. You know, the persistence matters in plays like that. Even if you don't make the first pass, if you don't make the first couple goals, that's okay. You know, just stick to your guns. And you can see they are. I mean, look at that. 12 shots taken for Final Frontier. So they've gotten a lot of shots. And finally finding some results on that. Now, Egg-chan looking for some more results. Oh, nearly saved. Nearly saved by Jake. Existential crisis mode for Jake. But Egg-chan will get the points indirectly, I suppose. 7-2 for Valkyries. Ninja shotting there, also cheering on Final Frontier. With the Ric Flair woos. Now, don't get woozy. I know I am, but Fish here with the disc sending it midfield. That's going to be cleared. Stack breaking apart there for Final Frontier. They're able to retain. Jake Fox, actually nice intercept there from Fish, but taken right back by Wolfie. Now Jake taking a quick boost as Fish goes swimming. But CD with the disc and off to a nice pass there to the barrier. 4 meters out and kind of sidearmed it. And now it's back within 3 again. So Final Frontier. As I was kind of alluding to earlier, you know, they had a lot of shot attempts. You can see they're up to 14 attempts now. Valkyries only 5 attempts, despite the fact that obviously they've been making them at a high clip. But, you know, for Frontier, you don't expect a team to have that many attempts and not score, at least for a sustained amount of time, right? So even though it started off a little bit frazzled, if they keep up that persistence, you expect the trend to kind of shift back in Frontier's favor. So I think for Valkyries, they played very, very well and have hit some nice shots. They got to be careful, though, about that trend, about allowing too many rebounds to Final Frontier, because if that continues, this may very well be a dramatic shift that we will witness before too long. You know, the multiple shot attempts, those are just killers on defenses. Now with that, there's another attempt going to be had here off a good steal. And the open 3, Aribella. It's all in the wrists and all in the missed defensive positioning there, just the open 3. So defense was not able to accommodate, get back on to the goal in time. And punishing were the Valkyries on that. All right, so Wolfie now back down by 6 points, but they still have over 2 minutes to go here in the first round. Kool-Aid, how to spectate like this? It's built into Echo if you on PC version anyway. If you have a headset, if you go into spectate mode and then you take off your headset, you'll go into this mode, or you can also use IgniteBot / Atlas to also join into this spectate mode. But yeah, this is actually built into Echo on the PC side of things, so that's how it's done. Not too difficult of a thing, but yeah, it does need a PC. That said, though, a 2-point taken and actually snagged out there. Demon getting hands on it again. Very impressed so far by Demon Dreams. Definitely making some nightmares for the offense on a lot of these drives. You gotta hand it to him. But with that, the disc will be released and looking like a take back eventually in the midfield by Wolfie. There it goes. And up top now, Wolfie Dragon trying to contest there with Chan. Actually, everyone really in a big pile. So a big brouhaha even. But trying to put in some moves there, just eking it past the defenders. Wolfie another dive up, a beautiful bounce pass, and the finish. What a play from Final Frontier. Brings them back within 4. They still got a little bit of time. It's gonna be tough, but I love that play. Look at the decisiveness of that. First the jump. And that short-range bounce, couldn't have done it any better. That was fantastic. All right, so hey, they're within 4. They need to cause an immediate turnover. They almost do. They still just may. The stack, however, the stack for Final Frontier, they did break up, but they'll still get the disc. So 30 seconds left. They have to rush this rather quickly. They don't have a lot of time for much else than immediate goals. A bouncer again attempted there. Time just about out, though, unfortunately, as it does go back into the trap. And with that clear, that's going to secure it in round 1 for Valkyries no matter what. Fantastic late game effort though from Final Frontiers, but Valkyries just able to clutch it up in the end and get that last clear. So first one will be taken. Still maybe time for one more score. A few seconds left here. Let's see. With that though, one more heave and no goal, but the win will go to Valkyries. Round 1. Still at least one more round to come, but 10-6 here in the first. Yeah, I see people complimenting. I presume that bounce pass play. That was definitely one of the highlights of this that match so far. It was a great one, for sure. Gotta love those bounce passes. But yeah, people popping off, doing very well. Captain Wigglepants, see you got the channel point redemption, and cool. We'll get that. I know we still have some other stuff I haven't redeemed. I know I had Oculus Satyr channel VIP. Yeah, another match cast from Vacant, so yeah, don't worry, I've got it all in the queue. I haven't missed it, but I am leaving it there until I can actually accommodate those things a little bit later. But don't worry, they are seen. They are seen. But alright, with that, still a very close round. You know, Final Frontier, you just gotta imagine if they hadn't got off to that initially slower start, which is to say just the first few minutes, right? They had again, those dozen shot attempts before they made their first goal. Like, had that not happened, that could have definitely been a different result. I mean, just a little bit slow to the start, and you know, if there was one more minute left on the clock, still could have been a Final Frontiers win in that round, just based on the momentum they were starting to build. So I would not count them out here. If you're Valkyries, you have to keep playing with that same exact intensity. If nothing else, step it up to even another level, right? You won the first round in a nice fashion, so now just kind of got to put the foot on the pedal, or the foot on the throat if you're feeling especially violent. The point is, don't let them breathe. Don't let Final Frontier take any more momentum like they were starting to build. Just keep up the pace. That's another challenging thing for teams at any level, right? Is just keeping up that a level of intensity and physicality over the course of an entire match, where it's getting so physical and exhausting. And with that, let's see if they can get their goal. Trying to work it in with some jukes there was Jake Fox, but just getting stunned there. Now CD with a recovery CD, you say? Haven't had to use those in a while, but. Which, by the way, reminds me, for those who may care, I did indeed get my new PC. Well, I don't have it yet, but I've ordered it, so I will have my beefy new PC eventually. Probably not for 2 months, but eventually. I'm happy about it. I even got a little bit below retail price for all the parts, so that's nice. That was nice. Wolfie there. Not sure if that was a grab or a headbutt. It was kind of in the same area, but good defense nonetheless. Stifled here. Minute 30 seconds into the second round. No scores as of yet. As of yet, but that could break any second here. These teams trying to break down the floor. 3-on-1 there, but Frontiers are just going to come away with it, at least the initial grab. But nice grab back from Aribella. So Aribella has been putting in also some moves here today. Defense and offense. Good duck from CD. So, you know, on Final Frontier's side, they're not shy of the movement. We've seen both ducks and jumps from Final Frontier. So I talked about that physicality, and that's another one of the aspects I'm talking about, is stuff like that, where you got to be aware of how these players move their bodies, their feet, vertically, as much as anything, up and down, and utilizing that to their full advantage. So, all right, now still yet kind of a stalemate, but another attempt for Final Frontier, and I feel like this is to their advantage. The fact that there's no scores yet, that Valkyries haven't been able to score after their first round win. That's actually a good thing for Final Frontier, because you're really kind of halting anything that they've been building. And with that said, that's a score. Who was that? Jake Fox, I believe. Demon Dreams, not living the dream there. Got a grab on it, but we know how that story goes. Like I said, we'll leave goalies, many goalies in existential crisis mode. Alas. See, Valanti there asking the specs on that. 5900X and a by my words, 3070. Yes. 32 gigs RAM, so pretty decent. I mean, I wanted a 30-80, but, you know, stock and stuff. Stocking stuffers. Anyway, up here is a Wolfie Dragon from the top, looking for the goal. Wow. Okay, look, that was bold. I'm surprised he took that shot. But made the shot, so I can't argue the results. 7 meters deep on 2 defenders. That was gonna be a tough one, but you know what? Made it. So it works. And Final Frontier. There you go. Dropped the first round by 4 points. Right now they're up by 4 points to start the second. So yeah, Ari Bella now with a slap, and Valkyries now trying to search for a little bit of that juice that they had flowing and going in that first round. Thus far, capped off at 0 points. Might be about to change. Nope. Egg getting cracked there with a stun. Frontier, another one and another clear. Now Frontier as well, actually getting a single boost down the floor. A duck, and stuck the goal. 10 out of 10. 11 out of 10 with Rice. Pointing at it. That was really nice. 6 points. Final Frontier. Looking for that final destination, which is to say a 3rd round if they keep playing this way. Bring it back. Indeed, Quicks, indeed. And, oh! In 3. What happened there? Looked like one of the jousters, they just missed... botched joust, and that's going to pay dearly. Or they're going to pay dearly for that. That was... Now see, up until that point, 6-0, that's not really a problem to come back from, and 8-0 looks a lot worse, mentally speaking, right? It's only an extra 2 points, but I think the way that 8 points looks versus being 6 points down, that's going to hurt a lot, especially off turnovers like that. Now this is definitely where they have to be careful. You can kind of see a hurried clear there. It just goes right back to the defender. So this is, again, where I spoke of before, where it just comes down to having to find that focus again. Always easier said than done, of course, but, you know, can't get too lost in the mix and get too discouraged by a few things going against you, right? Because when that happens, that starts having that cascading effect on teams, where it feels like nothing gets going anymore, and then you start getting in this hole that you have to climb out of, and you just don't want to be put in that position. But, you know, easier said than done. And I know it from experience, so don't mind me. My critiques are not meant to be hypercritical, but just observations, because it's a factor. Mental game is such a huge factor for Echo. And it changes drastically from round to round, or minute to minute sometimes, so... That's the thing, though. I mean, both these teams otherwise have been impressing, but I think for Valkyries just really need to slow down. Like you see again, we've seen 2 or 3 in the last minute. We've seen 2 or 3 of these like rushed kind of slappers and these rush clears that they don't need to be that way. But because they're going to it, and because they're doing that, they're just kind of you know, gift wrapping turnovers to Final Frontier and enabling them to get back on the offense again and again. Whereas, you know, when they get the chance of these discs, if they can prioritize the next pass, you know, communicate, nice backboard shot there, Frontier, but, you know, start communicating where the next pass needs to go. So if a Valkyries player is about to dive on the disc, ideally you're going to have someone, you know, in mid lane or someone in goal, basically someone you can reset that next pass to and communicate to. Because otherwise, if you're pouncing on the disc, but then you're just immediately throwing it away, it's really, really tough to gain any momentum by doing that. And it's really going to pay dividends for Final Frontier, who's just going to keep on, you know, pressuring with this kind of intensity that they have been. So Final Frontier now working up the floor. And defense now, you can see some pretty good coverage there on the outer ends of the bubble, not really allowing too much free space. Will be Egg-chan with a ceiling. Now this could get them going if it does go! And Egg-chan, oh you know it! He threw it, and he did it! They broke that egg on the scoreboard, that is! And 3 points, 42 meters deep. Now if there's any way to get a team feeling good again, after being kind of in the, you know, the mental hole, that would be it. Now, there's only 2:25 left in this round, but another turnover here maybe potentially about to happen. So we're another 3-pointer away. If they can get a quick turnover, get another 2-pointer, 3-pointer, that would make this a game once again. With 2 minutes left, absolutely. But have to defend against this Juker, and they do! Jake Fox being stunned by Fish. So saying, hey, go Fish. Well, in fact, they did, because on the hook was Wolfeed with an interception. Wolfeed over to Jake. Jake to CD. CD, the attempted 3. but not gonna be there. Rebound will be. Jake Fox gets it right back and eventually found the goal. The third time around. 'Twas indeed the charm.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
All right, so 12-3, and with a minute 30, this still Final Frontier is still looking pretty good for a round 3 potentially.
Out of their zone. Picked off.
But Valkyries, definitely anything that can get going here in the last minute or so will still be very, very beneficial for them. So this is the time where if you're on their team, you say, let's execute exactly how we want to do it in round 3. Even if we're not going to win this second round, let's basically use this last minute here as warm-ups, as practice for what we're going to do in the third. Get us feeling good and in a good groove once again. And to their credit, Valkyries, they are causing some turnovers. They are making it a bit troublesome now for Final Frontier. So let's see if they can keep that up. Final Frontier, though, with the offense. The cut a little too strong. Missed time there. Would have been a tough grab. Like the idea, of course, but too much momentum in the way. Frontier still a recovery, so making up for it again. And remember the running theme of round 1. I talked about how the shot attempts, right? You don't expect... If a team gets too many shot attempts, you don't expect them to sustain a low percentage of makes. Like, they're going to get those eventually. It's very difficult to defend endless barrages of offense over and over again. Despite the fact that Valkyries did a pretty good job of it in round 1. Demon Dreams had a few great saves, and just in general, strong defensive play from Valkyries in that first round. But yeah, round 2, strength was mostly in the favor of Final Frontier, to the tune of 12 points to just 3 for Valkyries. So stark contrast once again. We'll see how this plays out going into the third in the next minute. Alright. Did manage to finally snag some hydration. I did have a bottle of Dr. Pepper way on the other side of the room, as it turns out. It may be warm, but it's still Dr. Pepper, and that's all that matters. So third round coming up here shortly. You might have heard the buzzer sound off again, so there is actually an intermission right now, a timeout being taken, so maybe a little bit extra. Actually, potentially a roster switch, it seems like. They do. They did bring in for Final Frontier a 5th player, it looks like, so potentially switching? Or actually, no, maybe for Valkyries, excuse me. So either way, we may be getting roster switches here. I'll get up to date with that. But of course, these teams completely allowed to take these breaks between rounds, up to 5 minutes, of course, so... yeah, could be very useful for them anyways, just to recollect their thoughts and re-strategize and all that good stuff. Ryan there and saying, Pally, if Final Frontiers wins, they'll be 2 for 2 on the channel point predictions, I'm assuming. And yeah, if you can get that, that'd be great. I mean, certainly better than some people could say, I suppose. Nature of gambling, right? Sometimes... That's why I feel certain ways about. I mean, I know it's just channel points and it's not real money, but But I know people enjoy it. I mean, it's fun. It is fun to get to see how people kind of rank and value the teams when they compete against each other. How many points people bet. It's interesting to watch the stats and such, but such is the nature of predictions and betting and stuff like that. Sometimes you'll be 2 for 2. Sometimes you can be 10 for 10, and then the next time around you'll be 0 for 20. It can be tough. It can be tough. And yeah, Quick Sick, you can... the beginning of matches on VRML 1, so this channel, we do run prediction polls at the beginning of matches. Usually it's only for the first, like, 2 to 5 minutes before a match is about to begin. But you run these polls, and you can... bet however many channel points you want on a certain team, and if you guess correctly on who wins, then based on I don't know the entire algorithm, but based on how much money is in the pool and maybe among some other things, you do get some rewards back if you win. So, yeah, you can speed it up a bit, but just the same, you could also lose it all if you're not careful. So you know how it goes. But I know people liking the channel point redemption system there, and you see even tonight we had a couple cast my match redemptions, right? So yeah, where if you get 15,000 points, you can guarantee that one of your soon-to-come matches do get streamed, you know, within the next week or so. Like, we try to accommodate the games you prefer, but of course it'll still kind of be dependent on the day and schedule and stuff. But yeah, if you redeem that reward for 15k, yeah, we'll accommodate it as best we can for your preferred match slash casters, but at the very least, we'll be able to get your matches usually within a week or so. And, oh, that's cool. Crazy Kitten there saying, didn't we shout out your Twitch stream to get you some more of those follows for affiliate? Nice! Congrats! Yeah, always happy to shout out community streamers and also host when we remember on occasion. But alright, so still in intermission here, we do have the rosters now 4 and 4 again. So let me see, was there a switch? Doesn't look like there was a switch. Actually, no, there was a switch. I lied, I think. Oh, you know why I was confused? Okay, yeah, Valkyries did switch out a player here. They switched out a Demon for Bella Jaguar. The reason why I didn't think it was because we have Ari Bella, and now there's also Bella Jaguar. So 2 Bellas! Threw me off. But alright, so timeout is over. There's about 30 more seconds, so we'll have the third and final round here coming up really quickly. Ryan saving up for the channel VIP, I assume you mean? And yeah, for sure it's like, what, 30k? And for those who don't know, I mean, it doesn't really... It gives you a cool, like, Twitch badge in there. But that's about it. It's basically for bragging rights and such, so... Speaking of which, I probably should have used that intermission to get some of those redemptions in, huh? Alas, alas.
Round starting in.
Alright, so third round. And let's see what this one provides. Got that change in rosters. Ever so slightly. And, you know, it's kind of hard to predict how that turns out. Sometimes it works extremely well. In fact, we saw it on the last stream there. But, on Kraken, but... You know, sometimes it plays out, sometimes it doesn't. Kind of depends, you know, especially for some players coming in without warm-ups, for instance. That can always be a factor, but definitely just trying to readjust the game plan here and figure out how they can accommodate, you know, for what Final Frontier has been able to do, as they do actually get the first 2 in the third round. Because that was some tough-to-stop momentum. And... you really don't want to have them be starting off round 3 the same way. You know, getting too many points here in a row. So Valkyries really going to be pertinent to kind of hunker down and try and execute this if they can. Getting rid of it quickly there. Of course, they kind of had to because that stack on defense was mighty fast. So a quick flinger. Oh, perfect delivery. So there's a chance for Egg-chan, and will get the dunk. I'm sure was probably even considering a 3 initially, but it was a tough angle and had that sideways momentum, so it would have been a tough shot. So I do approve the idea of, yeah, let's take a safer route. You know, we have an avenue to drive it in for a 2 and get some points, and hey, that's great because, you know, in round 2 it took them a good while for Valkyries to get on the scoreboard. This time they get it done just in the first minute and a half, so really strong there for Valkyries to pop back at them. Meanwhile, CD trying to pop that one in. And rebounded here to Wolfie. Now, all up and down the floor, trying to bounce one over, taken back by CD, but just diving right into the teeth of the defenders. A lot of stuns coming out. Valkyries now starting to come out with some heat in this orange zone. And seeing a lot of red. Look at all these players stopped. Meanwhile, though, there's still a couple who broke away for Final Frontier, and they're going to be able to get the disc right back. So another dive out, another stun. Jake getting the disc with another stun. Valkyries at the moment looking exactly like their namesake. I mean, they're just coming up from the heavens and stunning to high heavens, it seems like. all over the skulls of Final Frontier. So they will get possession back, but now giving some medicine right back at them. Final Frontier a stun and a take back for them as they send it into the orange lane. But as I say that, of course, midfield, plethora of stuns once more. But Final Frontier, VR Frontier, fantastic delivery to Wolfie Dragon. Look at that. Looked like a shot attempt at first, right? But then, hey, had a teammate in the exact right spot. That was definitely a pass, and how come that worked? Because he made the goalie turn around, right? That's the benefit of the backboard passes, is you make the goalie twist and turn, which means by the time they have to turn around and react to the disc and try and saving it, they don't have a lot of time anymore. Now that said, Egg-chan here is sending it over into the bubble, trying to clap back at him again. Wolfie being stunned, so Egg has been very, very strong on the defense here across the rounds for Valkyries. But not able to get it done quite there. Rebound there to Ari Bella, and Ari down into the bubble again. Taken back by Wolfie for Final Frontier. And the clear intercepted once more, so Egg-chan the disc. Egg-chan the goal. Oh, hitting the brakes. That was dirty, but no, the 3 is off. That would have been highlights of the night, or at least one of them. We've seen a few here today. Egg-chan a duck and finds the 2, so makes up for it the other way around by going under and then going up to tie it. So Egg-chan putting in just a multitude of moves. Whether, again, hitting the brakes, hitting the ducks, and then hitting the shots. Tied up at 4 apiece. Great start here for Valkyries, and in the third round, after losing, 12-3 in the second round. It's very, very nice for them that they've been able to come out with some more fire again, like they were showing in round 1. As I said, mental game, right? Sometimes it's just, you need to see that clock reset to 10 minutes again. You need to see the score be 0-0 again. And once that happens, it's like magic. Suddenly you can breathe, you relax the shoulders, and then it's all good. Because of that, round 3, it's tied up, and now kind of anyone's game as we approach this halfway point. There's Bella Jaguar with the long-range pass, but looking like a missed connection there to Egg. Jake Fox with the recovery passes it over to the bow tie and actually just misses a few hands, but off the bounce there's CD. CD being stunned, broken up there. And Valkyries maintaining maybe control. Will be grabbed by Egg, but Egg getting stunned again. Can hardly go through a play without just 2 or 3 stuns happening in a big pileup, it seems like, the last few minutes. But CD will take that disc and sends it off that side panel. Maybe waiting for the stacks to arrive, and they do, but just off the reach. Still going to be taken by Frontier, VR Frontier that is, and VR Frontier with the defense draped all over him, and couldn't close the goal. Maybe they will. What a bounce. What was that? That was a near impossible bounce. Not often you see ones from that angle. Look at that. That was, wow. That was crazy. Well, Final Frontier, they get their 2-point advantage one way or the other. That was pretty unusual, but oh so necessary for Final Frontier. All right, so Fish trying to react. A great pass woven deep down to Egg off the backboard. And Egg with the yokes. It's tied. 10 seconds on that reaction from Valkyries. Not too shabby. That was definitely a tough one. I mean, a 1-on-2, but still made the 2. So, all right, back at him again. Here's Final Frontier on the offensive joust. A very, very deep pass that does reach the mark. Another pass will bounce off the ceiling and just couldn't get the grab. So, turnover maybe. No, actually Frontier with a recovery. Now has the options and takes it. Had 2 defenders at the barrier contesting that pass very well. But what did VR Frontier do? Well, recognize it. Saying, okay, if you're going to stay on the barrier, I'm just going to walk it right into the goalie's teeth. And with that, another quick reaction, this time from Final Frontier to put them back up by 2. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the third round. All right, so Fish with the disc for Valkyries. And down on a long pass to Egg-chan. This is very similar, almost identical to that rollout last time around. And it resulted again in Egg-chan catching it right below the bubble. And then pushing up into the goalie for 2. This time just directly into the goal instead of off the backboard, but still very similar rollout and very, very quick. So these teams not wasting any time, but what a competitive third round this has been. Just back and forth, trading goal for goal, it seems like. So let's see if it happens again. I mean, both of these teams now, the last, what, three, four rollouts have just all been almost immediate goals, like within 20 seconds or less. There it goes again, 16 seconds that time. This has turned into just a flurry. So, Final Frontier once more back up to a 2-point lead. Now, will that last? Based on recent history, probably not. We'll see. I mean, the first team was able to actually kind of hunker down and not allow this fast rollout. I can imagine will be the team to finally take a 2-goal advantage in this round. So, trying to do just that and doing so fairly well. That was some really nice pressure, that defensive stack from Final Frontier. Able to pressure both the QB and return to the opposite end to actually recover the disc. So a lot of good moves defensively from Final Frontier, but they will give the disc up here for a moment, getting lost in the mix again. These teams just mix and match and just trade, again, punch for punch, blow for blow, goal for goal. All right, so final minute and a half of this third round. It's been an exciting one. VR Frontier with the disc in the tunnel. Sending it off, maybe the bounce to himself. Taken back by Jake Fox. Jake Fox trying to drop it in, but have to be careful because there is a goalie in the area. Obviously, they don't want to give up any threes because that would be devastation. That said, so with that, but no, the ding, and now the take back from Bella Jaguar, able to get a phenomenal grab here, but unfortunately back to Wolfie Dragon for Final Frontier. 1 minute left, just about, and this could be killer. They need to get that clear if they get these saves. That said, off the backboard, another ding, another rebound, and that one will be true. Jake Fox puts a stop to the disarray and makes the play to put them up by 4. So for Valkyries, this is going to be difficult, but they've got time. You know, they're 2 goals away. Doesn't matter if it's 3 or 2s. They need to score twice. And the thing is, they've had so many fast rollouts this round, it would be completely within the reach. Let's see, but just out of the reach there, the goal was actually exposed, so that was an opportunity, but maybe just lost. So they're gonna have to hurry this up, and they do! It's Fish with a swish! But there's the time, there's the question. There is not a lot of it. That's gonna have to be the fastest stack of their lives. They're gonna have like 5 seconds. So let's see, this is gonna have to be just a blazingly fast stack. It's not impossible. Improbable, but not impossible. They need to be quick. So there's the stack. And turnover, quick, but not quite there, and with that, the win. Final Frontier in round 3. That was still a pretty good joust, but that said, it was the success for Frontier in the end. That match is gonna make me shed a Final Frontier because, beautifully played by both these teams across the rounds. Just, again, trading blows, you know, one round after the other, and then round 3 was just the perfect mix of both, where neither team was able to pull away by much, back and forth the whole time. But congrats to Final Frontier for taking it away in the end, just by a narrow 2. Alright, so to the stats, courtesy IgniteVR.gg, and to the prediction poll, we'll get that for you as well. Alright, there you go. Alright, so now with that, see what time is it? Ah yes, perfect time for the next game. I think. We'll see. Don't actually have invites. Oh, nope, I just got one as I say that, so. Perfect, alright. I'll leave you here on the score screen so we can get a look at the stats, but I'll be on mute as I get into the next server for our last match of this block, and potentially of Monday. So,